Welcome back to Yankee Steiner Memories of the Game. And I am here with one of my favorite people and ball players and longtime friend, Darryl Strawberry. Darryl, welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by.
Well, thank you so much, Brandon. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, it's unusual, but you happen to be in the area or... Let's just get right to it, though. I mean, what a career when you think about it. Rookie of the year, you got some rings.
Yes.
What's your most favorable moment as a ball player?
Well, my most favorite moment is winning championships, because that's the goal that everyone plays for. That's the dream as a kid, and that's the dream of going through the minor leagues. You just hope that you get to a team that has the capabilities of getting to the championship. And I've been fortunate to be able to play in New York and be successful. There's no greater place to play than New York. I mean, there's a lot of things that come along with it, the expectations, the pressure.
And in this city, plenty of that.
Oh, it's a tremendous amount of that. But it could either make you or break you. And, New York really made me into the player that thrived off of it and in the big situations and always wanting to come through and show that you can do it. Because if you show it here, you can do it anywhere.
People want to know how you're feeling. Are you straight? Do you have your life in order? What do you say?
Just for the day, I'm blessed.
Okay.
I don't really worry much about what others want to know. I just try to live, one day at a time and do, the will of God for my life and be pleasing, to try to help other people. I think that's the most important thing. The thing is, it's not about me. It's about who I can help.
And explain that, elaborate on that.
Well, when I say it's not about me, it's not about my life no more. It's not about me performing, being a baseball player. I'm a former baseball player, and through my experience of life, if I can go back and, my main goals is like to go back and go to schools and talk to young people and tell them about, decision makers and the choices that you make, could damper your life, and there are consequences behind mistakes that you do make in life. And try to prepare young people for this. It's more important for me to try to prepare young people about real life, because in these time and days, life is so evil when young kids are getting lost. And that's where my direction is. I'm more concerned and more focused about getting out and reaching young people and trying to help young people.
Regrets. I mean, honestly, do you think about it? Does it go through your head what could have been, should have been?
Oh, no, never, Brandon. There's no regrets in life. Life is an experience, and life is a journey for each person. And each person has their own journey to go on. And then, when you finish your journey, if you fulfill it the right way for the right purpose, then you could never have regrets. The only regrets I ever had was leaving New York. That's the only regrets I ever had.
We remember that day when you went to L.A. I remember that day when you did the conference call, had you on WFAN, actually, Mike, with Bill Mazer. I remember that day. I cried that day. You signed this photo that said, "See you in L.A." I was like, man, that's too long a flight.
Yeah, that was a living nightmare for me. I was going back, home and family and friends.
I can understand why that turned you. Do you think though that when you look back at your career, if you were to do anything over again, maybe that was the thing? Maybe you wouldn't have gone to L.A.
No question about it. I wouldn't have never left New York. If I'd have known that opportunity would have been here to stay here and truly stay here, I would have stayed in New York. I'm a New Yorker when it comes to sports, because I'm the type of guy, I love being booed because it just gets me off.
Yes.
It's going to make me do something.
It seemed like it. You just seem to be Teflon about it. Everything, just nothing sticking.
It makes you stand up. It makes you be a man. Because obviously they look at you as a gifted athlete and they look at your talent and they know New York fans know you should be doing better. There's no question about it. So. When they played the head games with me, I used to have to play them right back with them. And I says, okay, well, I'll just have to show you what I am.
You did have a lot of fun.
I had a great time. Brandon.
Let me ask you about I noticed you at the Yankee game the other night.
Right.
A fan still watching the Yankees? Is that your team of choice?
Well, it's better. Hey, well, I have friends over there.
Okay.
Jeet is a good friend, Chef. Bernie Williams, Posada guys, Mariano. Guys I played with. Guys I know play the game the way the game's supposed to be played. The game has changed so much, and it's hard really to go out and watch so many teams that never have team chemistries and play together as a group. When I played on those Yankee teams, that's what I had, and when I played those years with the Mets, that's what we had. We were just a little bit crazier in the Met days, but with the Yankee days,
I think a lot.
Yeah, a lot. You're right.
We had
a lot of good characters, good personalities over there.
It was a little fraternity style.
Yeah, it was like a little bit like Animal House, you know. You know, but you know when we stepped between the lines, you know, it was a different story.
You guys were a tight bunch.
Yeah, we were very tight.
But you know, there's a lot to be said about the '98 Yankees being a tight bunch
no question,
too,
no
on
question.
a much different level, and probably a healthier level. But
well,
you know,
it was a healthier level, and it was a different time. You know, in the '90s with the Yankees when we were winning those championships, we had those runs because no one was selfish. You know, everybody was a group. You know, and Joe Torre was such a great, you know, commander of keeping that group together and had us play as a unit. It was just different, you know. And but the key is we understood the game because we had so many veteran players, you know. And when you have veteran players, you know, you have a chance, you know, to be successful.
Who do you idolize? Who do you look at right now in sports and actually can respect and look up to and say, "Wow, that's a great player in any sport"?
Well, Derek Jeter is the only guy, you know, that I really look up to and have a great deal of respect for, you know, because I saw him when he was a young man, and I had sat down and had a chance to talk with him before he got to the big leagues, and I said, "You're going to be a star in New York." And he was like, "No, what do you mean?" I said, "Just trust me. I know you're going to be a star. First of all, you can play, you're smart, you understand the game, and then, you know, you have the looks. They're going to eat that up." You know, I knew all this was going to take place for him, and, you know, and the way he has handled himself, you know, of course, people are going to say things and say he's not this, he's not that, but he is one of the most classiest persons I've ever been around in the game, to understand the game, and does well. You know, he plays the game right, plays it hard, and he plays to win. You know, we came up together in that year of '96 in that run, and from that run we had. It was just a special time for me to be around a younger player because he kind of reminded me of myself as the way he went after the game and the way he understood the game. And you know, he's a guy that I really admire because he's done all the right things. He's made all the right moves, and I am very proud of him.
All right, well, thank you very much. I'm real proud of you and the recovery you're making.
All right.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Brandon.